Hello and welcome to the Senedd here in Cardiff Bay. I'm James Williams, I'm one of BBC Wales's political reporters, and I'm joined by Bethan Jenkins, who's the chair of the Culture, Welsh Language and Communications Committee here in the Assembly. We're live on the Welsh Assembly's Facebook page, so any comments you have for the chair, Bethan Jenkins, then please make them. We want to hear your questions as we go through this session. Okay, so hello Bethan.
Hello.
Hello. Now, people might not be aware, but the process for you being appointed chair of the committee, you were done so without competition. So I've just been interested to know, if you had to were challenged for the role, what would have been your pitch?
Well, I'd already prepared for that, so I put a video out onto my Facebook page to try and tell people why I'd be the best chair for the role. With regards to communications, I've always been active in relation to making sure that we have a strong Welsh media here in Wales. So I was saying that I would be the best for the role because I've been spearheading committee inquiries into the future outlook of the media in Wales. I've worked with other Assembly members from across parties to try and instigate BBC Charter renewal debates here in the Assembly, so that we can hold to account those people who make decisions on the BBC here in Wales and other broadcasters about the future outlook of the media. On the heritage sector, I've been highly involved with many of the organisations involved in the heritage sector, trying to make sure that there's enough provision for them here in Wales. And also with regards to the Welsh language, of course, it's important to us as a nation to make sure that the standards that people put in place for the use of the Welsh language make sure that people have the rights to use it in their everyday life and in the businesses that they try to utilise. So those are the things really that I'm passionate about.
Now, the Culture, Welsh Language and Communications Committee is a new committee for this Fifth Assembly. What's your vision for what kind of work the committee should be undertaking?
Well, I think as a communications committee, it's integral that we do what it says, really, and communicate effectively with the people of Wales. And that's why I wanted to try something like Facebook Live, so we can communicate with people, ask them their ideas, engage with the people of Wales, ask for their ideas. So we won't be coming to a vision as such until we take those ideas on board from people. But for me personally, this issue is really important. Across the board, we need to be looking and prioritising communications, heritage and Welsh language issues. Potentially they weren't done so before because the committee's had such a wide remit, so now we can focus in on some of these issues like the future of the media in Wales, like what provision the Welsh Language Commissioner has to be able to do her role and other such topics. But I'm all about listening over the summer, engaging as many people as possible to engage with us, and we will be in the Eisteddfod as well on Monday talking to people about what they'd like to see us do.
Explain to us then the remit of the committee, what kind of topics that you're covering, and then if people have any questions about those topics or any inquiries and lines of questioning that you'd like the committee to look at, then please do send them in. So just explain to us, the broad remit.
Well, I think on communications especially, we will be wanting to have the broadcasters in to give us information and scrutinise their annual reports. The BBC and ITV have already indicated we'd want to talk to Channel 4 as well, and I think we would be interested to look at local TV and those who operate in terms of holding the industry to account, like Ofcom, for example. We had written to Tony Hall recently saying that there was a lack of Welsh English language provision on the BBC, so we'd be wanting to question people like him along the way, and also looking at journalism in Wales and how potentially the print media is dying and how we can try and revitalise that industry here. In relation to the heritage sector, I get lots of people saying there's not enough money on a local level to be able to fund certain schemes, and that more scholarships or more apprenticeships are needed. And then on the Welsh language, of course, people are passionate about making sure that the standards that are being put in place by the Welsh Government are robust and strong enough, and that the Welsh Language Commissioner has enough resources to do her job. I've also had people saying that they want us to look at second language Welsh education. There's concerns about that, and I'm happy to consider all options really, but those are some of the ideas of the things that we've already had in our inbox, so to speak.
Martin Griffiths has messaged us. Thank you for messaging Martin. Now, he says that deaf and hard of hearing people are excluded from learning Welsh due to lack of bilingual support professionals. I would love to learn, he says, but no one can help. Is that the kind of thing that Martin obviously thinks is important that you look at? Is that the kind of thing that you would like to look at as a committee?
We could definitely look at that. I can't make decisions on the hoof here. I have to consider other Assembly members, and we will be doing so in the new autumn term, asking other committee members what they want to look at. But certainly, because it involves the Welsh language and his concerns, we will definitely look into that as well.
Some other ideas we've had from people prior to us going live. We've had from Tracy Film Wales, at Tracy Film Wales, on Twitter. She's asking about establishing an independent Welsh media, something you touched upon, at Dai Lew 22. He wants to look at a focus on arts funding at grassroots levels. La Lovely Phoenix on Facebook, she says that she would like to see more support for multilingual arts projects, not just English and Welsh. And then we've also had Catherine Cole on Facebook saying that, asking what can the committee do to ensure that communities who have been left behind in discussion about the political future of Wales are unable to take part fully in Welsh cultural life. Those are the kind of things that you want people to come forward with, is it?
Yeah, definitely. And then we can consider all of these ideas as a committee, and then we can say, you know, we won't be able to do all of them, but we will be able to say what we've taken on board from some of the members of the public, and how, if they can't initially see our committee doing it, they could put a petition in, they can engage with Assembly members on a personal level, but certainly all those ideas that you've spoken about from Twitter are things that we will be definitely considering.
Okay, I just want to ask you about your experience as an Assembly member. You've been in here, the Senedd, since 2007 and have been a part of committee since then. What do you think is the biggest weakness of the committee system here, and what do you think are its strengths?
Well, I think one of the biggest weaknesses personally is that sometimes you tend to talk to the same people all the time, the same witnesses come in to give evidence, the same type of people come and talk to Assembly members, and that then tends to frame how a report is done. And so I think with this committee I'd like to try and obviously not dissuade those people who are very keen, who always talk to us, but to go out to communities that perhaps even haven't heard of the Assembly, who might want to engage but can't or don't know how. I don't think we should be putting restrictions on how they can engage, and I think I've talked to some political experts and they've said, look, you know, some of the things that are done are quite clunky, and I want to try and, you know, Facebook Live like this is brilliant to try and get people engaged, do things on social media, but also recognise we can't do everything on social media and get out to our communities as well.
So how else do you do that? How else do you get sort of our underserved, under-communicated areas of a community to engage in this kind of work?
Well, obviously we'll be conducting more crowd sourcing activities online over the summer, but for example we can be going into community centres, we can be talking to third sector organisations that already have those links and working with them in relation to what the outreach team does here in the Assembly, the schools that we can engage with. So there's so many different opportunities, and taking the committee out of Cardiff as well. What I hear a lot of is they see it as being Cardiff centric. So if we can take it out and go on visits, that's something that I'd be really passionate about doing.
Is there too much of a cosy consensus here in the Assembly? And therefore, does it lead to committee reports, committee findings that aren't challenging enough for the Welsh Government?
Well, I think there needs to be a balance, and I think it's up to the backbench government members quite often to be willing to be radical and to put their names to reports that do challenge and to pose perhaps difficult questions for the Welsh Government. And I certainly hope that as an independent chair that isn't appointed by a party political leader or group, that we will
There's
be given...
been a change, isn't it, in the system? You were elected or appointed by the Assembly members rather than appointed by your party leader.
Yeah, exactly. And I think other chairs will feel the same. We'll have more flexibility, more freedom to do certain things. So watch this space, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
That's
Bethan
right,
Jenkins, who's chair of the Culture, Welsh Language and Communications Committee here in the Assembly in Cardiff Bay. I've been James Williams, a political reporter for BBC Wales. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching and for contributing, and we'll see you again sometime. Thank you very much.